Morning. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP. Thank you all for joining us and staying with us to the end. Honorable Knowledge Seeker, today I am your host for the morning. My name is Bangladesh. I am from Bangladesh. Dear Knowledge Seeker, I am proud to be associated with IGP. IGP is a social and certified international business institute. In last years, we already served 35 million plus knowledge seekers from 100 plus countries. IGP is internationally recognized and globally accepted. We are connected to more than 350 plus institutions and 500 organizations. In a city of global professional, IGP is the training faculty for skill development, both foundation activity and in dynamic competitive candidates meet demand in the global labor market by providing professional qualifications. The Institute of Global Professional is an education institute that provides consumer globally recognized and reputable. We serve student and community resource providing holistic physical work and education. We believe that it's not effective to increase one skill just by acquiring formal education. So we provide effective training and concentration to generate proficient generation all over the world. We distribute our services locally, national, international student, job seeker, job holder, and also for learner to respective campus location and distance learning platform. We are an occupational and dependable institute. IGP is one of the famous online institutes from all over the world. Our mission is education is not a business model. It's a part of our human rights. Based on our mission, we are trying to reach all corners of the world for free webinars, seminars, courses, awards, competition, mentoring, and counseling experience. On the other side, we are also trying to offer more than 100 services for free, like create more courses like digital business, moderators, education, and knowledge platform for gathering general knowledge with and more. It's learning game, website free tools, conquer sites, and many, many. We help temporarily to learn to make their experience effective and become highly effective. Implement our training program, webinars, and offline online for youth and learner the professional training guarantee. Our sessions are conducted by global media. Develop all kinds of tools and to promote the education of their abilities and personality. To ensure excellent independent and qualified trainer is began. Our sessions are conducted by global universities to develop all kinds of youth and to promote the education of their abilities. Free knowledge. Share copies with the people. We mean that knowledge is one of the right answers. We try to understand the needs of the generation and we start them with good research and practice. We must have a genuine concern for the learner we represent. Diversity, growth, and innovation are required to lead a session with professionalism, passion, and integrity. IGP member competent
Hello and thank you so much for the introduction, ma'am. And thank you for this opportunity to speak again live here in the Institute of Global Professionals, IGP. Once again, I will be your speaker for this program. I am Josephine Tolentino and I'm speaking again live here in the municipality of Magalang, province of Pampanga in the Philippines. Before I start, allow me to greet my fellow professionals and our dear audience a very pleasant day, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I am currently teaching at Dolores National High School and I am handling technology and livelihood education in grade 8 dressmaking and grade 10 animal production. And I am the current coordinator, organist, choir trainer of the Association of St. John Mary Vianney. Today, I am glad to share with you here the presentation of my topic. So we have here the title is Administrative Support and Involvement. So for our objective, of course, so we will going to discuss the roles and responsibilities of administrative in supporting the teachers. Next, enumerate the challenges facing teachers today that need support from the administration and provides the educational setting or the teaching learning situation and supervision studies it, evaluates its strength and weakness and continuously improves it. So for our key points, what is administrative support and involvement? What are some challenges facing teachers today that need support from the administration? What kind of support and involvement could administrators provide teachers, and what are some tips to empower teachers? Of course, to begin with, let us define first what is administrative support and involvement. So administrative support means they are providers. So how do they provide? What do they provide? So they provide encouragement. Of course, when you say how do they provide encouragement, they keep the communication open. And then they set positive achievable expectations and then make sure that they are always available. So they use also many outlets as possible so that that uh, teachers can reach to express their needs and concerns. So that is one way of providing or the encouragement that they provide, the administrative support. And of course, they provide the opportunities for professional growth. It is important for administrators to encourage teachers to pursue professional development. Am I right? So, why professional development? Because professional development can help teachers to become better at planning their time, their and staying organized. So, this ultimately makes teachers more and efficient and give extra time to focus on students rather than paper works. Of course, we have the materials, resources in teachings. So the administrative support provides materials, resources in teaching. So when we say materials or resources, what are materials, resources in teaching? So when we say, we mean the physical infrastructure in a school and educational materials are available to teachers and students, which are referred here as collectively as material resources. are important components of a higher quality education. But what are these teachings and learning resources? So we have the textbooks, novels, films, plays, radio programs, digital learning resources, including video, audio, text, animations, and images. So, in giving all this, they listen to their teachers, provides the best resources possible, offer recognition, improve collaboration, monitor teacher burnout, support their decision, and encourage growth. Be consistent. Consistent, I mean. Why do they need to provide teaching and learning resources? The teacher, why do they provide all these resources? That the teachers will be more motivated in teaching their lessons, and students will have more access in their lessons. That's why these are the roles and responsibilities of the administrative or the administrative support. This is how they are being involved. And also, they performs and facilitates execution of administrative activities and procedures for the operation of an office or facility. Okay? Next, the administrative involvement means administrators are partakers and they facilitate shared development experiences of administrators and teachers. So, administrative and involvement are critical for school improvement and student learning outcomes. So, the administrative process has four basic functions, which are the planning, organizing, execution, and control. Therefore, the administrative procedures are the office duties that must be completed in order for a firm to function properly. So the role here of the administrative is to setting the direction for the organization, developing shared goals, monitoring organizational performance, and promoting effective communication. Also, redesigning a productive school culture, modifying organizational structures that undermine the work, and building collaborative processes. So, in general, administrative support refers to behaviors that encourage teachers to collaborate with each other. So, Axe et al. In 2001, they provide opportunities for growth, as to Jersten et al. 2001, and offer encouragement. Therefore, because collaboration build relationship among teachers, that they feel part of the professional community and derive personal fulfillment from their work. Also, it builds healthy peer relationships among teachers and provide teachers with the emotional support they need to excel in their job. So why collaboration? This will improve the way your team works together and solve problem. So the administrators hold the position, authority, and legal responsibility for running a school. Is this true? You can write your answer in our comment box and then explain why or how. Thank you. School heads are the persons in authority who manage the school and are considered the pillars of the educational system. Along with their authority, they are accountable for the outcomes of the school operations, programs, and projects, only following guidelines from the division. So administrators are the gatekeepers to providing resources, creating work structures, and sharing decisions, making responsibilities. How do your administrators make their decisions? Do they only make their decisions alone? You can write your answers in our comment box. When it comes to decision making, they include their members by asking their opinions. So, making decisions, it is not only the administrators who do this one, but it is the members are included. Because if you will going to include the members, they will feel that they belong in that in the group. Administrator administrative support remains fundamental for several reasons. So these are the different reasons why it remains fundamental. First, administrative support boosts the quality of instruction, delivers staff, development opportunities consistent with high expectation. So therefore, this one it fosters retention of the best teachers and inspire fewer effective teachers to do more and become competent instructors. And at the same time, save previous resources for other pressing educational needs. But what are the role or how does the principal or the administrator support their teachers? So we have here the different how the administrative support their teachers. One, listen to their teachers. Of course, do we need to listen to the teachers? If you are the administrator, do you listen to your teachers? Of course, teachers have a difficult job. Is that right? Is that right? We have a difficult job. And it's essential they feel comfortable in being transparent with talking to their administrators. Sometimes teachers want to talk also, want to make a communication with their administrators with regards to their performance. Should feel confident in coming to their office to discuss in the classroom, problems with the students, or anything else that affect their school day. Developing your active listening skills and communicate effectively to make sure your teachers feel heard. So once the teachers are being heard to their sentiments, you can build a positive relationship and then you can solve any problem. And then next, as I mentioned here, they provides the best possible resources. Next, they offer recognition. How do the administrator offer recognition? As with most humans, teachers strive on recognition. Do you wait? Do we need recognition to be recognized? Are we waiting for that recognition? Or do we really need to be recognized in our task? So, as with most humans, teachers thrive on recognition and a positive campus environment. When someone has done an impressive job, celebrate it. Then, recognition may be public or it may be quiet comment or note to the teacher, letting them know they've been seen and appreciated. Simple saying thank you and go on a long way to help teachers feel confident and happier. So this is why we need to feel that sometimes we need to be recognized, but not most of the time, not most of the situation that we are being recognized. There are some situations, instances, I mean, and then improve collaborations. So teachers tend to be more effective when they can collaborate. Can you work with others, other peers, or you can work more on of yourself. Other teachers can work more than or can work than on their own, but that is not the solution. It is much better if we work on a group, or what we call there is a collaboration. If we make a collaboration, work becomes more easier. And besides fostering a positive campus environment, this will also boost the quality of your students' education. Next, so the fifth one, monitor teacher burnout. With teacher strategies on the rise, principals need to look at a way to keep their educators engage and work a positive environment. According to We Are Teachers, 80% of teachers claim burnout is a major issue. Again, according to We Are Teachers, 80% of teachers claim burnout is a major issue. Is that correct? Creating a respectful and supportive work environment factors greatly into teachers staying in the field. Often, a mental health day or two can ease the stress a teacher might be feeling. So, as an administrators, sometimes you have to check on your teacher about what makes them, or what about their, what do they have, what do they feel right at the moment. And then next, of course, support their decisions. How does the administrator or the principal support their decisions? One of the most difficult situations for a teacher is when an administrator support is lacking when dealing with parent concern. Do you encounter this? You can write your answer, yes or no, in our comment box. Although teachers need to be on the right side of the conflict, support from the principal is very meaningful. Is that correct? If the teacher's actions or decisions are reasonable, the principal should support the teacher. It is desired to present a united front in conflicts with parents and to discuss possible alternatives with the teacher in private. Although you know that there is something wrong with the teacher, you have to talk it in private. But whatever the decision, you still have to listen to your teacher, and then you have to um check, or the decision of that of your teacher. Encourage growth. Principals who genuinely invest in the growth of staff not only ensure teacher retention, but also build trust within the school. Providing collaborative, ongoing feedback during the planning of the lessons, and review of the students' assessment data will drive instruction and growth. When the principal is a part of the process, it provides a sense of collective community to meet the goals of the school. And then be consistent. It is difficult to build trust with teachers if the administrator is not consistent with the student discipline or in enforcing offer or other campus. So therefore, it also, this one, it is the administrator task to have a consistent with the the student discipline in enforcing the discipline should be in a consistent manner. There is no favoritism. Develop trust. Trust is earned over a long period of time. We know that. Am I right? by being consistent, ensuring teachers are involved in a collaborative environment. And by building positive relationships, trust will increase dramatically. So, for the supporting principals, should avoid micromanaging but use learning opportunities to coach teachers in a respectful environment. Do not choose only the people that or the teachers that you are whom are close to you as an administrator. So make evaluations meaningful. When we make an evaluation, we try to see that they say that teacher evaluations can be a stressful process for both teachers and administrators. A fair and meaningful evaluation is used to guide teacher growth to improve student outcomes, just like what we have done in what we are doing in our COT, the classroom observation tools. How to make it meaningful? We use the standards, we use the different tools on how we rate the teachers. But sometimes this can be stressful to the part of the teachers, especially when the teacher wasn't able to show or give what the observer is asking. That's why a frequent walkthrough with concise feedback followed by coaching establish trust and improves teacher outcomes. So the goal of an evaluation, as we say, this is to help teachers improve more, but not to criticize to the part of the administrators. So in order for us to create a trust positive environment, there must be an intentional on the part of the principal in doing that evaluation. So by creating a respectful, positive, and nurturing environment, teachers will thrive and empowered to create and deliver excellent learning opportunities of all students. Therefore, if the teachers will see all this support, there will be a excellent or there will be a deliver excellent learning opportunities for all students. And to the next one. Second, administrative support creates a positive relationships between teacher satisfaction and positive school culture with low turnover and high achievement. So this one can always can always affect our relationship and the environment. When there is a positive relationship between everybody, not only the teacher and the principal or the administrator, there is a big effect to our school. And there is what we call with low turnover and high achievement, because teachers are happy working in a supportive working environment derived from supportive administrators. Are all our administrators are all supportive? You can write your answer, yes or no. Thank you once again. And it is the responsibility of the administrator to ensure that once a teacher is brought on board, that they feel it is a journey today with student excellence as the ultimately goal. Administrators must show teachers they support them and they genuinely care about the teacher's growth and development. Is that correct? Do we encounter that? So, do we feel support? Do we and do we experience? Do we see support from our administrators? And then the third one, administrative support not only influences the overall satisfaction of teachers, but it also contributes to teachers remaining in their current assignment. So this is why the support from the administrator is very important factor for a teacher retention. Of course, she will love to stay on that school if there is the support from the administrator. Since teacher being the pillar of the society and one responsible for being the personal qualities of an individual, students as competitive citizens of the nation desires for security, recognition, and continuous enhancement of personal and professional qualities of teacher. So, as teachers, teachers provide the education that improves quality of life. Therefore, bringing so much to both individuals and society as a whole, teachers increase productivity and creativity of students and therefore of future workers. So this is the role of a teacher or the teacher contribution to the society as a person. So according to Helen Caldecott, once said, teachers, I believe, are the most responsible and important members of the society because their professional efforts affect the fate of the earth. Teachers have one of the most important job on this earth. Without teachers, no one's career would be possible. I hope we are all teachers. We all know our roles and responsibilities, or even the administrators. And here is the most interesting topic. What are some challenges facing teachers today that they need support from the administration? Do we encounter these challenges? What are the challenges that you encounter today that need support from the administration? You can write your answer, the challenges you are facing in our comment box. In the emerging challenges facing teachers today, the administrative support and involvement are imperative. So let us enumerate first. Based on the research, the 7 of the most common challenges faced by teachers today include challenge 1, challenge number 1, inspiring students to be more self-directed. Challenge number 2, improving learning outcomes. Challenge number 3, differentiating and personal teaching. Challenge number 4, getting students to do their work outside the classroom. Challenge number 5, finding the time to keep up with administrative tasks. Challenge number 6, understanding changing technology. And challenge number 7, we have parental involvement. So let us start with the challenge number 1. It says here, inspiring students to be more self-directed. How is this? They say teachers now are having a tough time getting students to be more self-directed. They are looking for a way to erase the pressure of students by keeping them interested and make sure that the lesson practices and the homework delivered is fun, accessible anywhere, targeted to improve their weaknesses, and ensuring that learning takes place in a more conducive or less tense, less pressured environment. Why have you asked yourself, why do we have a tough time in getting the students' interest when it comes in introducing the lessons? Although they are interested, but they only choose the lessons that they want. How do we inspire them? What do we do with that one? So, in order um, teachers are making a way to keep the lesson more fun and accessible anywhere. In order to improve their weaknesses, ensuring that learning takes place in a more conducive, less tense, less pressure environment. So I hope we do not encounter this much, that we encounter a tough time in getting our students or interest, or they're more on self-directed. So learning challenge number 2, improving learning outcomes. Designing learning outcomes, that means something that are effective way to measure students' potentials and success is a big challenge. Meeting those learning outcomes and having solid indicators to prove this, all the while easing the paperwork and the Excel sheets of the teachers have become unthinkable. Even if these are done well, teachers still don't get that 360-degree view of how good their students are as a whole. In addition, finding the right way to automate this process in such a way the real-time results are what's needed of a prime important. How do we know that our students learn? They have improved the learning outcomes. Challenge number 3, differentiating and personalizing teaching. So, what works for one student does not work for another. Teachers have recognized this but have very few ways to test and make sure that the different skills levels are being evaluated. A new wave of assessments and how teaching is conducted is important. So, the method that we are using in the yesteryears may not be effective in our current situations. So, if in the yesteryears we purely use the chalkboard, and today, if we can compare or we can see the differences, that the the way that we teach today and the way that they were taught in the yesteryears are different. Maybe for the yesteryears, that is very effective in the learning. But for now, that situation is no longer applicable because there are new ways on how or the approach that we can give to our students. So there since that we have different students, kinds of learning, that's why we need to give this one. But how do we know that these methods is not kindly effective, or with the different skills levels are being evaluated? So this is done through the different evaluations. So like if we are only starting at the beginning of the school year, we can have our pre-test for the subjects, different subjects. And also at the end of the school year, we can have already the post-test. The one that was tackled, the different lessons that was tackled, they will be having that post-test in order for them uh, is the method is really effective, or even in the mid-year we can assess the students. So challenge number 4, getting students to do their work outside the classroom. What students do at school is just a fraction of the effort that needs to be put in for academic success. With this in mind, teachers have the extra added pressure of having students put into the extra effort outside the classroom. Students still have found no proper incentives to deal with the issues. Teachers are looking for a way that they can encourage students to learn while they were having fun and not make it seem like pursuing knowledge is an obligation task. Meaning to say that even outside the classroom, the students will still apply what they have learned inside the classroom. And inside this classroom, the classroom, the school, the thing that the students have learned is just a kind fraction. What is important is that when the students will go outside the classroom, they will be more applying what they have learned. This is a way of what we say getting students to do their work outside the classroom. They have their initiative, meaning to say they have learned what you have taught them. Next, another challenge, finding the time to keep up with the administrator tasks. Do we have hard time in doing this one? It takes a lot of time and work to come up with a curriculum. Teach, be engaged with the classroom, come up with the questions for assessment, spend time and sometimes weekends. Correct and grading this assessment and then having to spend more times. So teachers are looking for ways to be ease for this burden so that they can focus on teaching and promoting the importance of education and learning. But how can we make a focus on this one? Of course, there are still what we call the administrator tasks that being asked to do. And then our focus is not on our teaching sometimes. Therefore, teachers are looking for ways to be ease this burden, to lessen the task that is being done to us, and then concentrate on our more on the teaching in our classroom. And then for the challenge number 6, understanding changing technology. So is this true? Do we need to really cope or use technology in our teaching today? Technology has changed all aspects of life directly and indirectly. This is so true. And unfortunately, as beneficial as it is to have technology in the classroom, it can hinder learning as well. So educators are given the curriculum that must be covered to meet curriculum reform requirements and common core standards. At the same time, schools are constantly investing in a new learning programs to look for a way to tap in technology while still covering the common core curriculum. So we in us, especially before the pandemic, we are already adapting the use of technology in our classroom, in our lesson, in the school. Teachers must find new ways to incorporate technological products into their teaching style and their today lessons. Today, most teachers are using technology in presenting their lesson, which is very effective. These new tools means that teaching styles need to be adapted, and transitioning between technology and traditional teaching styles and can be challenging when technology doesn't work as it should. So most of us are already using this technology. Whether we like it or not, we need to adapt and uh, the transition between technology and traditional teaching styles. There are some ways that we cannot really delete or remove traditional teaching styles. We still need to adapt it. Remember that traditional teaching styles are the basic. This is the time that when we learn, and of course, we need not to delete it, to set aside. It's still our basis. But only in using technology will give us more easy in presenting the lesson. So, with the advanced internal and changing technology, teachers have been finding it hard to find easy effective system and platforms to run their classrooms. So, therefore, as a teachers, we need to find time. So, let us not put ourselves that we need to study. If we do not know how to operate, to you make use of the PowerPoint or any apps, we can always study and ask our peers, and then we can collaborate. So that is one way of understanding changing technology. So the challenge number 7. This is the most common challenge that we encounter. This is often encounter parental guidance or parental involvement. Often teachers find there is no happy medium when it comes to parental involvement. So because there are parents who won't be seen for the entire school year, no matter what sort of issues might arise. Do we encounter that? We do not often see these parents or never see these parents. So having the parents of the students informed and involved is one major area that teachers are having a hard time to keep up with. There are times that it is very difficult for the parents to invite. There are ways parents can become involved and support their child's education at the same time. But teachers don't get always get that level from the parents. Am I right? So this one, as an advisor or non-advisor, we can always talk, we can always communicate, we can always involve our parents. Teachers are looking for an easy way to have parents to be part of their child's journey and have a good understanding of their skills and monitoring their performance on a regular basis. So therefore, it doesn't mean that when you call for a meeting that you will going to um, tell you will going to discuss the about the performance of their students, but it doesn't mean that when you call your students, when you call the parents of the students are not doing good. Of course we can put that one if we will going to have a communication or what we call a meeting between the parents and students. So those are the 7 challenges of the teachers. Now, to the part of the administrators, what kind of support and involvement could administrators provide teachers, and what are some tips to empower teachers? Do we really need support from the administrators? We teachers, you can write your answer on our comment box. So these are the 4 domains of administrative support from James House in 1981. Domain 1, emotional support. Domain 2, appraisal support. Domain 3, instrumental support. And domain 4, informational support. So what is this domain 1, emotional support? So what do you see in this picture? So when you say emotional support, it talks about feelings. So how do we see or how do we show emotion? Means showing appreciation and trust. Maintain an open communication, taking an interest on in the teacher's work, and teachers, empowering teachers. So when administrators create an environment of acceptance and support, they combat the feeling of isolation. Therefore, as we say, we have the examples of emotional support. We are being acknowledged, our work is being acknowledged, encouraging collegiality, valuing teachers' input, and considering it in making decision, showing concerns for teachers and their students, and acknowledging public recognition. So those are what we call the domain one, emotional support that comes from the um, administrator. So for this one, domain two, appraisal support. So what is appraisal support? Is defined is defined as providing ongoing personal appraisal such as frequent feedback and a full of teacher trust of teachers' judgment. And then appraisal support allows teachers using current practices to set the standard for learning out learning and growth. So this is kind of teachers' judgment, trust of a full trust of teachers' judgment. And then one, we have the instrumental support. Support is defined as helping teachers with work-related tasks. So how is this? Administrators giving instrumental support provided resources such as space, good working conditions, materials, and time to perform required tasks. As we say, they provide the teaching and learning material resources. It also includes understanding how the teachers work, of course, asking them what they need to improve, assisting with classroom management, enforcing norms, and assisting the managerial type concern. So, instrumental support includes administrator assisting collaboration, discipline problems, parental confrontations, and allocations of materials and resources, as well as giving teachers space and time. In order for the teachers to work in a very conducive way and very peace environment. That's why they need this instrumental support. So another support, the informational support. The informational support is defined as the administrator providing useful information for effective teaching and learning. So therefore, when you say informational or from the word information, it provides a clear communication, school visions, mission, and goals, procedures, policy. Therefore, it also include the need for orientation to share specific information, for example, about where to locate materials, where to go for specific information, locations of parts of the school campus, and rules governing them, as well as giving the information about program design, roles, expectation, and inclusion policies. So if there is no information, we do not get the proper information, there will everybody will encounter this chaos. We will be um misled to what we are doing. So that is the important. The importance of information is that they help us. They help. There is guidance. It can say there is assistance, support, advice. So all of these are what we call the when we have information support. And here are the 7 tips of the how to support and empower teachers. So the first one, make yourself available. To build in time for peer collaboration. 3, support for your teacher's decision. 4, ensure that evaluations are meaningful. 5, listen to feedback. 6, understand the value of time. Offer offer choice in processing in offer choice in professional learning. Let me start with making yourself available. Administrators should make it clear that they are always available to support. One way to do so is by having an open door policy. If this gets too hectic, consider leaving your door open only during certain hours. And then build in time for peer collaboration. So collaboration was mentioned a while ago, but I need to explain this one or read. Peer collaboration between teacher is extremely effective because it improves teacher relationships. It allows teachers or to share best practices, give new teachers the chance to learn from experienced educators, just like what we are doing now. This is what we call collaboration from our professional audience. And then third, support your teacher's decision. How do you support your teacher's decision? So in anything, as what we call when parents complain about our grades, here the interesting one, when parents complain about a grading or discipline decision on the administrator sides with the parents, it undermines the teacher's authority in the classroom. Of course, there are situations when you absolutely can't support a teacher's decision, but if it's not against school policy and is not ethically or morally wrong, do your best to be back your teachers and demonstrate that you value your professional opinions and choices. So if the teachers know you're in their corner, their enthusiasm and willingness to work for you with you and for you will increase potentially. So because supporting your teachers, once there is a complaint from the parents, there is what we follow, a right channeling process. When you say right channeling process, the parents cannot go directly to the principal, but it should have a communication first to the teacher concerned, and then they will talk it over. Once they will not able to resolve it, they have to make a decision, and then until they will reach the principal already. And then to the part of the principal, of course, uh, the principal must listen to both sides of the story. But still, the principals need to back up the teacher, and then he will going to make a decision for that. And then ensure that evaluations are meaningful. Teachers' evaluations sometimes drive a wedge between teachers and administrators. This is commonly happen when there is evaluation. We can see the teachers who are really aspiring for higher evaluations on their part. But when it comes to how administrator can support teachers, providing meaningful, fair evaluation is assessed. In order to make the evaluation to be fair and meaningful, you have to put it in a black and white. It should be written in order for us that there will be that written evaluation will be a guide the next time that there will be a another evaluation, in order to check if those that were mentioned were achieved the next time that there will be an evaluation. And that way you can make the evaluation more fair and meaningful. How do you listen to feedback? Listen to the feedback. So all great leaders must be willing to listen to feedback. Do we listen to the feedback? Sometimes to our students or as a teachers, we can hear feedbacks from our students. Do we listen on them? So you are the primary decision maker at your school as administrator, but you'll increase buy-in dramatically if you allow teachers to be part of the decision making process in order for them to feel that they belong in that group. So how do we do this feedback? Utilize polls, perhaps through Google Forms, to gather opinions on important decisions, although you have the final say. You can also have a suggestion box in the main office. Your teachers work directly with the students every day, and you are a valuable resource for a brilliant ideas, creative solutions. Do you do that? Do you do or do you make do you utilize polls from the Google Forms, or are you part of the decision making? Do you include your teachers, the members, to be part of the decision making if you are the administrators? And then understand the value of time. Teachers are required Teachers are required to create engaging lessons, right? Designing their materials, grade student work, contact parents, provide extra help. The list goes on. And how do we achieve all this? This one gives us a lot of stress. And these are just basic expectations. If there's one thing that the teachers consistently ask for, it is time to plan, create videos, grade, conference with remote students, update their learning management system, and so on and so forth. Um, so this one are what we need to understand the value of time. This is what we call time management for our way of doing or accomplishing all of these tasks. In order for us, we will not be um, mix match with what we are doing, especially the time that we are presenting our lesson already, and offer choice of professional learning. This one, growth and improvement are vital importance, but professional learning needs to be something that educators wants to engage at a time when there are so many challenges. Yes, there are so many challenges, tasks to be done. And of course, what we do is that we make use of the value of time, but we need not to forget our own professional learning needs. We need, like this one, in the IGP, we need to give ourselves the learning needs. Of course, in a little way, you can have something, you will learn something from this program. Although, there is not, most of us are asking if this program is accredited from the PRC or accredited to the NAIAP. It is not, but although these are not accredited from those the NAIAP and the education, and then still it is still part of our professional learning growth. And thanks for the IGP, because they have given this kind of program. And to the principals, to wrap up, principals and other school administrators are in the unique position to support their teachers and other school personnel. And by taking the time to apply the four domains of administrative support, administrators and members of school leadership team can help foster community support within a faculty. When properly supported, teachers are better equipped to focus on their needs of their students, resulting in a more positive environment for all involved. To achieve the ultimately aim of education improves the student learning outcome. And with this one, coming together is a beginning, keeping together is progress, working together is success, by Henry Ford. I would like to thank all of you for attending this webinar about administrative support and involvement. I hope you have learned something today from this webinar. And if you want more of the discussion, you can check this reference from my slide, which you can access online. Thank you very much. And thank you for your participation. If you have some more time, please help me fill out the evaluation from the presentation. Our good facilitator here will send the link of the evaluation form. And I am also inviting you to join our question and answer portion. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your rich content presentation, which can impact our knowledge seekers surely. After your presentation, I hope our knowledge seeker can learn something new, which was our own intention. Learn and grow together, IGP knowledge seeker. Once again, thank you so much, ma'am, for your presentation. Ma'am, now it's time for
Welcome.
our question answer session, which is the one more valuable part of our regular webinar. Honorable ma'am, please stay with us. After a short video, we will back in our session part 2, which is the question answer part. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have an webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Welcome back, ma'am. Welcome back to our participants. Ma'am, our first question is from Flami. Good day, everyone. To replicate why is teaching difficult when administrative support is lacking? Marmanik Salaman.
Okay, thank you so much for that question. Teaching is not really difficult, right? But it becomes difficult when there is no support from the administrator. Um, of course, it becomes difficult, as I have mentioned, when there is no, when there, we do not say no, it means lacking. There's a need. Since we are teaching, we really need to be supported by the administrator in order for us to complete our task, in order to pursue our mission or vision, our administrators or our administrators is the one that gives us a backup to what we are doing. Of course, if we want on something, we want to achieve on something, if there is no guide or there is no support from the higher authority in our school or in any department, we cannot really achieve it. Of course, it always follow when we can see the support from the administration, the administrative, there is a support from them, we can make our task so easy. And there we can foster positive output, and there is what we call higher achievements of what we will going to achieve. That's all.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your answer. Dear IGP Knowledge Seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a witness certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP Knowledge Seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a witness certification and online quiz competition. Ma'am, our next question is from Aaron. Greetings from the Philippines. How do administrative provide excellent administrative support? Thank you.
So the administrator or the admin provide excellent administrative support. Actually, there is no such excellent support, but it becomes excellent when the support, when the administrative support, or most of the time, are what we call, they are hands-on to what we are doing as teacher in every activities, in every thing that we do. They are always there. That becomes our their support becomes excellent. So it becomes excellent when the supporters are always there. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your answer. As if in honest speaker, please ask your question. We are waiting for your questions. Ma'am, our next question is from Kuni. Hi, ma'am. What are the advantage of employing skilled administrative support staff?
Um, what are the advantage of employing skilled administrative support staff is that when in a certain department, it is not more on the administrator. Okay. And the people there have their what we call, they have the role to play. Some are skilled, some in the administrator, the one who are in the authority, and then the one who applied the the rules. So the administrator are the one who check on this employee skill. The benefit is that it makes works or task becomes easier. They are more on the on doing the task. Just like in teaching, they're in the school, we do not only have authorities or the administrators, we need teachers, of course, the one who will going to teach the students. And then the administrator will be are the one who is in charge in checking these teachers for them that they are doing their task. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your answer. Ma'am, our next question is from Evelyn. Good afternoon, ma'am. Any tips how to improve a student to be self-directed? Thank you.
So my only tips is that as a teacher, as a teacher, let us be the role model to our students. So whatever we say, we need to do it, or uh, we need to do it in order for them, that they, of course, our students look at us as their model. That's why in the future they will going to remember you. And also, aside from being the model, you need to be, you need to love them as your kids. So because as they say, we are the second parents of our students. Let us show concern with them because sometimes, or most of the times, they really 100% of their life in their stays in the school, we are at their while they are learning. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your answer. Ma'am, our next question is from Nurfem. Ma'am Joss, how would you approach a situation in which you are given a task but didn't receive complete instruction by the administrator?
How would you approach a situation in which you were given that? Maybe I will still going to, that situation. I will going to approach again the instructor. I will going to ask again the administrator about what is the task all about. I will going to explain that I was not able to or understand the the task that is being given to us in order for me, and for me that I can able to do my task properly, and I I will not, and there will be no miscommunication between us. So this is what we mean by open communication. So in anything that we do, if there are still what we call not clear, we have to ask. We do not just say yes, yes, and yes. And although we do not understand everything, we do not understand anything, we just try to follow, but still the instruction is not clear. So that's why we encounter problems during the time that we are already implementing the task. So communication is what we need in the in this situation. So let me go back, ma'am, to the question of Evelyn Waperi. I will just going to clear. So yung the question of Ma'am Perry, any tips, the tips to improve students to be self-directed, because Ma'am Perry, Evelyn. So I will go back. The question of Ma'am Perry is, she's asking about how to improve, or tips about how to improve the students to be self-directed. So when we say self-directed, it means that students are learning on their own way. But since today, most of the students, sometimes if you will not going to see them doing their task, they will not going to do it well. That's why you let them. you let them, and then let ask them if they understand what they are really doing in relation to the question of Nur Famad, ma'am, or Sir Nur Famad Alonto. How will you going to approach a situation in which you are given a task, just like these kids, if they will be asked to do, and then since that they are, how can we improve their about their self-directed students if they have a lower, um, meaning to say, for them they need to ask questions in order for them to do the task once their teacher is not with them. So that is one tip, Ma'am Evelyn Waperi. So that is one tip that you ask your student to ask questions if they do not know about the instructions. So that is in relation to Nurfamad Alonto. Okay, ma'am? Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your answer. Ma'am, there is no more questions from our participants. So once again, thank you so much, ma'am, for your time in IGP. We have learned a lot from you with new topic. It will add some value to our day-to-day activity along with our academic and professional growth. Honorable ma'am, hope to see you again with a new topic and a new date. Thank you, ma'am. Take care.
Okay, ma'am, thank you very much. And to our dear audience, thank you very much. I hope to see you again in my next program. It will be on June 17. So keep safe, everyone.
Thank you so much, ma'am. See you again.
See you again.
Honorable ma'am, before I move to the next webinar certification process, if you want to leave this studio, you can, ma'am. Dear IGP Knowledge Seeker, it's time for our webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. Dear IGP Knowledge Seeker, please access. Dear IGP Knowledge Seeker, it's time for our question webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. Certification process. Visit www.eduigp.com. Make sure your presence on our website. Find a learning session and get enrolled. After watching, completing part 1, click mark as complete. Move to the next, the learning test quiz. Passing mark is 80%. If passed, back to the course again and download your certificate. If failed, to retake the quiz. Download your certificate in PDF and JPG. For your attention, I am going to share the procedure again. First, visit our website www.eduigp.com. Make sure your presence on our website. Sign up or sign in. Find a running session and get enrolled. After watching completing part 1, click mark as complete. Move to the next, which is the learning test quiz, passing mark 80%. If passed, back to the course again to download your certificate. If failed, to retake the quiz. Download your certificate in PDF or JPG. Dear IGP Knowledge Seeker, it's time for our most engaging part of this webinar, which is an online quiz competition, which is our regular written activity. We change a few process in quiz, online live quiz competition. Note that after live, no one can participate. Participation process. Now, time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Now, time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instructions carefully. Visit www.eduigp.com and sign up or sign in. Without this, you cannot join live quiz competition anymore. Browse the live quiz button or given link. Find the session name and join with our logged website or user account. Click join and wait for a few minutes for other to join. Enjoy an online live quiz competition. After the quiz, we will issue certificate for top 10 as previously, which you can find on our website and official Facebook page in Institute of Global Professional. After a short video, we will start our quiz session. With 27 people, we are going to start our quiz session right now. Our first question is administration support, professional support, and teacher. Option 1, education and training. Option 2, human services. Option 1 is the right answer, and 75% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Charlian is holding the first position. Our next question is administrative and support service. Option 1, agriculture sector. Option 2, service sector. Option 2 is the right answer, and 92% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Charlian is holding the first position. Our next question is administration, professional support, and teaching are pathway of which cluster? Option 1, finance. Option 2, education and training. Option 2 is the right answer, and 100% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Charlian is holding the first position. Our next question is which is not a career option in the administration and administrative support career cluster? Option 1, distance learning coordinators. Option 2, instructional technology specialist. Option 2 is the right answer, and 46% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Jimanian is holding the first position. Our next question is administrative and as administration support careers handle dash document. Option 1, confidential. Option 2, last. Option 1 is the right answer, and 79% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Charlian is holding the first position. Our next question is what does administration and administrative support do? Option 1, responsible for acting as facilitator. Option 2, provide instructional leadership and manage duties. Option 2 is the right answer, and 92% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Charlian is holding the first position. Our next question is coaching staff, administration support, professional support, and teachers. Option 1, education and training. Option 2, human resources. Option 1, Option 1 is the right answer, and 83% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Charlian is holding the first position. Our next question is which of the following is not true of administration and administrative support career? Option 1, people in this career help lead, manage, and support instructor. Option 2, professional in this career only work in principal office. Option 2 is the right answer, and 87% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Charlian is holding the first position. Our next question is I provide administration, maintenance, and support of computer system and network. Who am I? Option 1, Bill Gates. Option 2, computer system administrator. Option 2 is the right answer. 91% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Charlie Ann is holding the first position. Our last and final question of the morning session is career cluster teaching and training, professional support service, administration and administrative support. Option 1, education. Option 2, training. Option 1, education and training. Option 2, health science. Option 1 is the right answer and 100% people are right here. So congratulations to our online quiz competition winner top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result and after that we will issue our online quiz competence certificate on our official Facebook page and group in Institute of Global Professional. Congratulations to our online quiz competition winner top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result and after that we will issue our online quiz competence certificate on our official Facebook page and group in Institute of Global Professional. Congratulations to our online quiz competition winner top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result and after